welcome back to Green Pro. In this video I'm just going to be showing you how to use the new MCS 020 sound power level calculation on Toolkit. If you want to view the standard itself, you can find this in your QMS in external documents under reference EX14A. So within our Toolkit project, we're just going to go to the heat pump tool, and then you can see over here you've got the sound power level section. So if you just click start, you'll see here you've got this new form. Looks a little bit different to the previous version that you might be used to. So you just pop your assessment date in at the top, and then you need the sound power level for the heat pump, which you can find on the heat pump datasheet. And the first question in here is the description of assessment position. So the assessment position should be a door or a window to a habitable room of a neighbouring property. So there's a couple of definitions here from the standard. So the assessment position is defined as a position 1 metre external to the centre point of any door or window to a habitable room of a neighbouring property. And a habitable room is defined as any rooms used or intended to be used for sleeping or living, which are not solely used for cooking purposes. But it also doesn't include bathrooms or toilet facilities, laundry rooms, utility rooms as well. So I'll just pop in here, downstairs lounge window. So sound pressure level, this is the same as the selection that you'll have been used to before. So you can see here you've got Q2, 1 reflective surface, so if it was just stood on the ground. Q4, 2 reflective surfaces, so if it was stood against a wall, for example. Or Q8, 3 reflective surfaces if it was, say, stood in a corner. You just need to enter the distance from the heat pump to the assessment position. So this needs to be measured to the nearest 0.1 metres in a straight line between the centre of the heat pump unit and the assessment position. And then if we move on to barrier type, this is a little bit different to the previous calculation, so you've got a few more options now. So you've got solid wall, closed board fence with different thicknesses of the boards, open fencing, vegetation or no barrier. And you've also got this barrier correction section. So you've got no view, partial view or visible. So if we hover over here, you can see no view would be if a barrier completely obscured the vision of the assessment position from the top edge of the heat pump. A partial view would be if you moved up to 0.25 metres in any direction from the top edge of the heat pump, then you'd be able to see that assessment position. And full view is if the assessment position is visible from the top edge of the heat pump. And then it'll give you your result down here. So you need a final result of less than 37 decibels for it to pass the calculation. Anything above this will be a fail. So you'll see now you've also got the option to add another assessment position, because the closest assessment position is not always the one with the highest sound pressure level. So if you've got like windows on different floors, you might have different barriers between them, so that can alter the result that you get. So if there is more than one possible assessment position, it is best to just do calculations for them both just to make sure. So if we just pop some different details in here. So you see that this one has failed. So if we save this, it will then give you this assessment summary. So you can see here assessment position 1 passed, assessment position 2 failed. So one assessment position did not meet the required noise limit and planning permission may be required. And then if you scroll down further, it shows you the calculations that you've done here in a little bit more detail. So that's how to complete the new sound power level calculation. As always, if you're having any trouble with this at all, please just get in touch with your consultant. Thank you for watching.